All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jen, and Elaine has asked me to share with you how to make this 12 by 12 sampler. So I'm taking over her Facebook Live today. All right, I'm just gonna give a couple seconds for people to hop on. I hope everybody is having a good Wednesday. Also, Janet has been online with me on and off all day long today, and I cannot thank her enough for hanging out with me. Because we have just been all over the place today, haven't we, Janet? I'm going to pull this up on my iPad so that way I can see the comments. Because I don't want to miss comments. Alright. So, like I said, Elaine has asked me to make this 12 by 12. Hey, Brenda. Good to see you. Make this 12 by 12 sampler with you guys today using the World of Good suite. So, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully I'm not going to knock everything over on my desk because that would just be how my day's going. Hi, Faye. Hey, Lucy. All right, so first things first, I'm going to need a piece of 12 by 12. Let me find the right one. And this is going to be our background for the 12 by 12. Now, if you're like me and you like to put it in a frame, hello, Elaine. If you like to put it in a frame, a 12 by 12 picture frame, the ones that I buy from Michaels, I have to cut off a little bit. So just keep that in mind if you want to do this. For those of you that don't know me, like I said in the beginning, my name is Jen. I am on Elaine's Paper Crafts team. I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and it's been an adventure today. So, hopefully, this Facebook Live goes well. So, start out with the 12 by 12, and then I've got some of my pieces cut, some of them are not. Then we're going to take another piece of 12 by 12, but we're going to cut it down. And let me make sure I have the right measurements. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing because it has been a whirlwind of a day. Okay. Hi, Miss Cindy. How are you today? So we're going to take our paper trimmer and we're going to cut this second piece down to 9 by 9. Oh man, how did that do that? My trimmer blade keeps coming up out of my trimmer. Alright, so we have our 9 by 9, but we're going to need this again in a minute, so we're going to move this over here. And this is just going to go in the center, or as much of the center as you can make it. I think I counted it out, and it's like 6 squares is kind of the center. So, but we're going to set this aside for a moment, because we're going to start cutting some black squares, because these are going to be the background of our pieces. The black squares are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, so that is super easy. You're going to need, and I really hope I'm not talking too fast. I do talk really fast sometimes, so if I'm talking too fast, please tell me to slow down. Alright, we're going to need 5 squares that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Hi, Linda. How are you today, ma'am? All right, so now we have 4. We need 1 more. So if you take a piece of 8.5 by 11 and you turn it on its long side and you cut it at 2 3/4, then you can get equal pieces of equal pieces of paper. They will all, I think it's 3 pieces that are all the same size. There's a cool little trick I found out the other day. Or they're close enough to the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're also going to need a piece, 2 pieces of basic black that are 5.5 by 2 5/8. So, and the thing I need is on my phone because I don't remember exactly what all the little lines are, so I have a cheat sheet. What did I say it was? 2 5/8. Okay. I had to cheat for a second. So, 1, 3. It should be just past. Forgive me for those. Right between. Okay. So it's right between the half and the quarter, or the half and the quarter. We're gonna need 2 of these that are 5.5. Hopefully this is long enough. Oh, it's just barely long enough. 5.5 by 2 5/8. All right. Now is the fun part. Now you get to choose the background pieces that you want to use. I have chosen several pieces of Memories and More cards from the World of Good Memories and More suite to include 2 pieces of 4 by 6. And then there's also a piece of cardstock that we're going to cut down. So for the small squares, we're going to cut each of our pieces to be 2.5 by 2.5. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Thank you, Cindy. Just wanted to make sure I'm not talking a mile a minute. So you're going to cut 5 pieces of either the Memories and More cards or the DSP down to 2.5 by 2.5. This one we're going to cut this one kind of weird because I'm trying to include, no, we'll just do it this normal way. Okay, we're going to kind of mess with how we're going to cut this one. Hey, Miss Elaine. We're going to kind of jig it so that way we can get the whole, hopefully the whole continent on our card. 3. And we're going to do the same with this one, where we're going to cut the measurements a little weird. Well, not a little weird, but it's going to take some finagling to get it 2.5 by 2.5. Just trying to keep. Oh, it's still not going to work right. How did I do? Oh, I got it very, very close. And then just a tiny sliver. It might not cut right, but that's what paper snips are for. Okay. Problem fixed. Then we're going to take a piece of DSP. We're going to cut that down. Also to 2.5 by 2.5. So now we have 5 pieces of 2.5 by 2.5 that are going to fit in our squares. Next, we're going to take the 2 4x6 pieces that we have, and we're going to cut them down to 5.25 by 2.5. So we're going to do, how do I want to do this? Let's do, trying to decide what part of the card do I want. And this is 2.5, right? Yeah. Make sure that's going to be a little bit big, so I might not have cut it right, but we can adjust. All right. This piece is, yes, I don't know why. I don't know what I do. Cut this one down. All right. And we're going to put that away for a moment. I like to start adhering some of my pieces together so that way I know what I've got going on. I'm going to use some of our new seal. I just got mine in the mail. It's today, Wednesday, so I got it in the mail on Monday. And Stampin' Seal has been giving me a run for my money. I'm not gonna lie. But you can adapt and overcome. Well, at least I can. I don't know. Make it work somehow. Just needs a little adjustment sometimes. I don't know why it's doing that. Of course, I've been saying that my plus has been cooperating all day, and then now it's acting funny. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of this off. And I just eyeball it. Alright, now let's do these. Why? See, now my other one's acting up. I don't understand. Just going to center these. These squares seem a little bit big. It's okay. Spies are in our midst. Okay. Some of these I am going to have to cut down because they're not the way they were supposed to be. Let's see if I can get my seal to work. The regular seal. It seems at some points I have to manually feed it, which is probably just a user learning curve error, but that is okay. Nope, that's not right. Trying to get these centered. There we go. So are you ladies all having a good day? But it's kind of quiet, and I'm kind of quiet, so that did not work whatsoever. There we go. All right, so now we have all of our squares are put together. Now the fun part. To start off with, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to stamp on it. Using the World of Good stamp set, I'm going to just stamp a quick little compass just to kind of dress this piece up. I'm going to make sure my compass is going the right way. Was it raining up there? It's not raining here, so, but it rained yesterday. That's for sure. So, ooh, Lord. We just stamped, I can't remember where my camera's at. Just stamped a little compass there, just to kind of decorate it. Then we're going to take, I got a scrap piece. A scrap piece of Whisper White, and we're going to stamp Life is a Beautiful Journey. Actually, I'm going to try to do this at the same time. I'm actually going to try to stamp both of these together. Just need to make sure. Yeah, it was raining like crazy down here too. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the weather. But I'm glad it's nice and sunny today. And yesterday was cold too. It was like a miserable cold. Alright, the sentiment panel, I believe, was just this. Yep, okay. So, make sure I have enough room to cut this. It looks like it's not going to fit. I promise it'll fit. Or if you want, you can go up to the next size. But the next size is like really, really big. Alright. Using Early Espresso ink. Just gonna stamp that out. Alright, I'm gonna go die cut this real quick, which is right behind me. I don't want to shake the table. So I'm gonna do it back here. Alright, put the plate right there. Sounds like I'm breaking things back here. Hi, Diane. Multitasking is always an adventure. Alright, so we die cut this out because we're going to adhere that to a panel. Then, really quick, if I don't start sneezing here in a minute, we're just going to fussy cut out the Adventure Awaits. Fussy cutting is not my favorite thing, but it works for this sampler. This would be a good time for me to have that, the scanning cut to just cut this out for me. Just because that's how little I like fussy cutting, but I've been doing the fussy cutting so much lately. Trying to get ready for a catalog launch party, that fussy cutting is starting to become less of a pain than it was. The trick is always to make sure that you turn your paper, not your scissors, which obviously can be kind of difficult in situations like this, where the paper starts attacking your hand. All right, sentiments are done. The last thing we need to do before we can put it all together is die cut out our globes. So for that, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Because I was cutting earlier, I went ahead and I adhered one of our new adhesive sheets. Stick it on my finger. Because it's going to help die cut it's going to make die cutting a lot easier. So I'm going to make sure, hopefully they both fit. Probably not. Thank you, Cindy. I've gotten a lot better. It's been an adventure. So real quick, I'm going to die cut this out. Oh man, I'm going to need a second sheet of the brass foil paper. There's that one. And where is my brass foil paper? Oh, right in front of my face. Alright, let's cut a quick piece. Find that scrap of adhesive sheet I was using earlier. Because we are going to put it right here. Again, to make it easier. Now, there's probably a better way to put this on here, but I don't know. And you guys, I'm probably out of camera. So, just tear those off. That'll be big enough for one last globe. Excuse me. All right. Then I need a piece of early espresso so we can cut the bases. I store my scraps in these cellophane bags just because it keeps them all together. That's not gonna work. This one will. That one will work, and then I'll have to get another piece. Let's see if I have another scrap. Probably not. So grab another piece. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna die cut these out real quick. Too easy. Now we get to do the fun part and put it all together. Okay. And take our squares. Where's my take a pick tool? There it is. Technically, I'm at the doctor's office. Oh no. So, I don't know if everybody does this, but I keep a small little jar on my desk just so I can do this. Pop these all out real quick. So that way I don't have little pieces just hanging out all over the place. Alright, so we popped most of the pieces out. There's a couple of little pieces that might still be stuck in there. Yeah, I try to make it so I've made plenty of messes, Cindy, where I was like, maybe I should figure something else out. And I forget who I saw. I got the idea from somebody. Hi, Barbara. No worries. If you're looking for Elaine, I'm sorry. I am not Elaine. You guys get me today instead. Hi, Linda. Alright, so try to pop these all out. For some reason, some of these are not wanting to come out as easy as the first one. And it might just be the adhesive on the back. I'm hoping it's just the adhesive on the back. Otherwise, this is going to be an adventure. Let's try doing... Yeah, it's just the adhesive. It didn't cut through all the way on the back of the adhesive sheet, but did you see I literally just pulled that up and the entire thing came off. So, that's always exciting. So I'm just going to place this one here at the top. And then I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen to adhere the base of this globe. I wanted to make sure when I made this that I showcased both sides of the globe, because I think it's awesome that we have both sides. I don't know about anyone else, but I always like seeing people's crafts. Yeah, I have, I'm actually working on a whole video, Miss Diane, about my craft room. Because I'm like you, I like seeing other people's craft spaces. The next one, we're actually going to put on a big piece. So, I'm going to start by putting... I could actually spend hours just watching craft room videos. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I like seeing how other people organize their stuff. Because it also gives me ideas. Alright. I'm gonna put this here in the middle. But we're not gonna press the top part down just yet. Because we're gonna put the globe in there first. I gotta say, these adhesive sheets just make it so easy to adhere those pieces. Just like that. Alright. Now we're gonna come back to our 12 by 12. And we're going to adhere this We're going to adhere the smaller piece. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to put it about here. Like I said, it's not going to be exactly perfect. Oh, that's like way off. Hold on. Is that better? Okay, there we go. That's better. Not perfect again, but it's better. The fun part is always figuring out exactly how to put it together. Not gonna lie, for a long time I would not touch a sampler, a 12 by 12 sampler, because I couldn't figure out how to put them together. Couldn't do it. But eventually, sometime last year, I think in November time frame, I decided to give it a go and actually liked how it turned out. So now don't worry that some of these that I'm adhering right this second are blank. We're going to put some stuff on them in a minute. Just like we did the ones with the globe. Trying to get them as even as I can. I think I just cut this piece too short because that looks wonky as I'll get out. The good news is, while using the Stampin' Seal, I'm going to pull this up because one is bothering me and two I want to show you. I seem to have a lot less tearing than I did using the other adhesive. So if you see, it's just glue. I mean, there's a tiny bit, but I've had a lot worse on the tearing before when trying to reposition something. So I think I'll take it. What is going on with this? Did I not cut something right? Is that? It's not. That's why. Okay. This particular, I was like, something's not right here, and that's why. This particular piece is actually the wrong size. Yeah. It's supposed to be 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, or 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Now it makes sense. That looks a lot better. Okay. Sorry, that was really bothering me. And then it wasn't going to go together right when I went to put it down. Alright. So then I need this guy. This is how I plan where things go. That's not technical by any means. Alright. So it's not going to be 100% even right here, but that's because I cut something a tiny bit too short. But it's more even than the other one I did. Is this not 2 1/4? It is. Okay. Does anyone else have to do that when they're after they've added adhesive to something, they have to very carefully trim it and try not to get the adhesive everywhere. Alright, so take some dimensionals and pop this up. Don't mind me, I use a lot of dimensionals. Place that kind of in the middle. And then we're gonna use some mini dimensionals for this one, just because it's so small. Now I knew when I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do for this sampler, because I shared in our team page a couple weeks ago, I shared a different sampler, and that's why Elaine asked me to do this today. But it was a struggle to come up with a new style. But I knew what I wanted to do for this was, I wanted the 2 sentiments, Adventure Awaits and Life's a Beautiful Journey, and I wanted the globes. Past that, I had no idea what I was doing. But I winged it, and I actually liked how it turned out. So this is just going to go down here. And there we go. The sampler is all done. Yeah, I don't have a brush roller, Elaine. I didn't get the, I did not get the die brush piece that goes on the take a pick tool. I just like to stabby stab stab. Always remember, because I don't do this all the time, to put this back on immediately. It'll keep you from getting it gunked up. I only say that because I do it all the time. But yeah, this is the 12 by 12 sampler. Simple, but I like it. These are fun to make for home decor pieces. I've seen where people sell these at vendor events. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. I was kind of nervous about doing this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think this is the 3rd sampler I've made from this suite alone. So let me show you, because not everybody is in our team group, is in Elaine's Papercrafts team group, so you guys would not have seen the 2 that I originally did. So I did this one, and this is the one that I shared in the team group, and Elaine asked me if I would do this video for you guys today. So this is the other big one that I did. And then I've also made this one, which is a 8x8 picture frame. So they don't always have to be 12 by 12. But it's cool to see how the 3 different ones turned out using the exact same sampler, or using the exact same suite. Alright, ladies, thank you for joining me today in our projects. Thank you for your wonderful comments. And I hope to get to do this for you guys again sometime soon. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye!